Well, hello, hello, hello. It's May 9th, 2020. And happy Mother's Day to all the mothers, the beautiful mothers out there that produce life and that give life, all you grandmothers, stepmothers, mothers, and fairy godmothers. Guys, it's Mystic. I'm tired tonight after an 8 hour stream, so I don't know how long it's going to be tonight, but I'm going to go ahead and stick this up and let my stream start. And I want to share Above Ground World News, Mike Morales' channel. If you haven't been over there, I really highly suggest you hang out over there and learn some things about what's going on in our world today, like DARPA and the spray lines. So I'm going to start it off with this Rise Up. This is Mike Morales from Above Ground World News.
Just to go load up. Yeah, you can't even get people to get their face out of their phone for 5-10 minutes to look up at the sky and notice something's wrong.
No, isn't that something?
The sky.
That's what the joggers do with their face masks. They sit there and jog, and they're looking at their phones while they're not even paying attention. I see it all the time. Not jogging. Let me say speed walking, whatever. I see it all the time in my neighborhood. They're looking down at their phone. They never look up, and they're wearing a face mask, some of them. Not all of them. I only seen one or two. But I'm not exactly what Mike Morales is talking about here. And guys, just for a record, I'm using the Fair Right Use Act tonight, or the Fair Use Act. And this is Mike Morales. Check him out.
It's not supposed to look like that. Don't they wonder why they're so tired? Why are you hacking? Why you don't even smoke, but you're hacking just as bad as a smoker? That should tell you something.
We can talk about that. I'm going to tell you guys this. I dusted I've been cleaning for the last 3 hours, 4 hours. And that's why I'm pretty tired. I'm not coming on camera tonight. I'm exhausted. However, I dusted, and all what they're spraying out of the planes and drones fall in your house. No matter what good filters you have filtering your house, it still comes in, and it's yellow. It's looking really yellow lately. It's the metals, folks. It's the heavy metals. Toxicity. Come on.
No matter how many things I show, they still don't really believe it.
Nope.
But I mean, here it is, and then you provide all the paperwork, and still they don't believe it. It's because they don't want to believe the truth. They fear the truth.
Yep. They fear the truth.
And right here it is. Here's all the man-made clouds. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and cut this pretty short tonight. I got to get to bed, and I got to get some sleep.
I hear you, dude.
We got a 16-day forecast tomorrow. Don't want to miss that. Anyway, guys, here we go. We're going to play a song called Rise. If you got to grab somebody's face and make them look up at the sky when there's a bunch of chemtrails flying by.
Do it.
Maybe that'll wake them up. Anyway,
Get
guys,
loud.
much love. Be safe out there. Here we go. Let's rise.
Look at that smile. I just love that song. That's from Mike Morales. If you haven't been over to his channel, guys, you might want to check it out. Okay. Excellent channel. He's on every night and 5 days a week, maybe 7, but I watch him a lot. And he actually covered something really important in this video, so I'm going to show you in a minute. And this is inside of these spray lines in their planes. Okay. So back to this. I wanted to show you. Well, this is a dark. I want you to come over to this video. Mike Morales from Above Ground World News, guys, because these DARPA robots are. I made a video, actually, Planet X News. Scott over there at Planet X News showed this many months ago, like back in last June or May, when I made this video on my channel called AI Robots, because that's what our world is coming to. Our world's coming to the robots, and they've actually deployed a bunch of police robots all across the country. I don't know why my symbol here is not showing. Okay, there it is. So yeah, this is heavy stuff that's going to be going on. If you haven't checked out these DARPA robots, I'm about to show it to you guys, as I'm tired tonight, and I'm hoping that some of my friends want to come up on the panel and chat, but I'm not doing the camera tonight because I've been cleaning house and working my butt off, and I'm tired. I did an 8-hour stream with some lovely ladies last night. You guys might want to check it out if you ever haven't already. It's very interesting subjects that we were covering last night. My ears are ringing right now. All of a sudden, I only caught the ear ringing once, briefly, about an hour ago, and now here is the ringing. Lovely. All right, so and it has probably to do with the Schumann resonance, but sometimes not so much. Okay, DARPA robots. This is a channel, Seventh Day Truth Seeker. As I stated at the beginning of this video, this is the Fair Use Act. So I'm going to share this because I like this channel. You guys should check them out. This is a good channel.
Welcome everyone, I'm Spiro. Thanks for tuning in. I said from the beginning of this outbreak.
Oh boy. Yeah, I don't like that word because it's going to get my video down, but that's okay. I'm subscribed to him on Mystic's channel, but I'm trying to pick up my subscribers and not subscribers, all my channels that I watch on this, my backup channel, TruthorTube. So thanks for joining me, guys. I want you to listen to what he has to say, as this is scary. This is truly frightening when you see this video.
I'm more concerned about the government's response to it and the public's reaction to it in the form of mob mentality than I am of the virus itself. Now, in my previous report, I covered how the U.S. is now beginning to, in their own words, build an army of contact tracers, which will be coming to people's homes, as we can clearly see included in House Resolution 6666. Yes, that's right. HR 6666. I'll leave a link for that very important report. Now, contact tracing was first rolled out in Singapore, as we now see the next phase of COVID-1984 being rolled out yet again first in Singapore, as robots are now being used to enforce social distancing. This robot dog is named Spot, a product of Boston Dynamics, an American engineering and robotics company, funded by the Pentagon's research division called DARPA, the same DARPA that is currently working on nanotech for Bill Gates' new COVID-19 vaccine.
Let's keep Singapore healthy. For your own safety and for those around you, please stand at least 1 meter apart. Thank you.
Are we looking at the contact tracers of the future? These robot dogs can be retrofitted with different applications, for example, to open doors. And since this is a military-funded program, you can be sure that there will be military applications available that we have not seen yet. This is just one of Boston Dynamics' robots. They have a humanoid robot as well. I believe they are rolling out the dog robot first because it is less threatening, and they are conditioning us and preparing us for the idea of seeing robots rolled out on our streets. Think these robots couldn't be rolled out in your city? Well, Massachusetts police have already tested Spot for use as part of their bomb squad. And, quote, RoboCops have now been launched coast to coast in 16 states across the country. This is also a good time to point out that the military has banned coronavirus survivors from entering the military. They don't say why, but this could greatly impact the level of new recruits and may foster demand for incorporating robots more widely into the armed services. They even have a super creepy humanoid robot that looks like he is ready for a viral pandemic, complete with a gas mask. Again, I have to ask, are we looking at the new contact tracers of the future? This next clip is a dramatization or a spoof of a Boston Dynamics video, but I really don't think that we are that far off. For all we know, the robots could already be operating at this level. One advantage of having a robot is that they are less likely to refuse unconstitutional orders that humans may disobey.
So check that out. Isn't that something, guys? Yep, that's Seventh Day Truth Seeker. Now, how would you feel like the old robots pulling you over and you dealing with a robot cop, RoboCop? That's the predictive programming that's been going on for quite some time now. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you guys for joining me. Mystic's tired tonight, so I'm going to try to do as much as I can. If some lovely individuals want to come and chat, free thinkers, let's go. I'll drop that link. I had a fun night last night with some lovely ladies, and you can check our video out from last night. Yeah, I'm not fond of the robots one bit. And, you know, robots still can be taken out by humans. Don't be fooled. They're still robots, okay? They are programmed by humans. So, this is there's some wicked stuff still going on all around the world with the police state. This video right here, you might want to check out Jeff Censored. This woman was arrested with her child, and they literally ripped her child out of her hands. It was a dramatic scene. And this is Jeff Censored. I'm not going to show it just because I don't want to get into that tonight. The spray lines are still spraying us, guys. Let me show you. This is Plays in the Dirt. And this is just another lady in Washington State, I believe. And she is showing you guys. She's gardening, and they're spraying.
With Washington coming at you? Someone said they stopped spraying. But they were lying. They haven't stopped spraying here at all. Not at all. They've been going over all day long. It's 2 o'clock, Saturday, May 9th, I believe. Look at my sky. They're faint, but that's all lines from the jets going over, the drones. Whatever that guy is. Looks like drones. Again, I can't see when I'm filming, when I'm looking up to the sun, so it's possible I'm getting that. I've been working in my gardens. Got a whole bunch of goodies planted.
Beautiful.
Got the weeds out. It's looking gorgeous. The hill's getting green, all my trees are growing. And they're dropping chemicals and heavy metals on us constantly. People are wearing masks to avoid a fake virus. And don't even think twice about all the crap they're pouring into our atmosphere and into our air that we breathe. Idiots. I'm tired of them. Tired of dealing with them. Cognitive dissonance is at an all-time high.
All-time high. Because they're so poisoned. Humanity's so poisoned.
Sorry if I sound frustrated. I know you guys sound the same way at this point. It is very frustrating.
To say the least. Huh.
Big love to all you guys. Stay free more than anything. Do not take the vax. Do not wear the mask. Do not stand on their lines they tell us to stand on in the grocery store.
Do not comply.
Fight back. They are conditioning us for the New World Order with all of these terms and getting people to just do everything they say. They're conditioning people, and everyone's getting used to it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's scary. Much love, guys.
That's a beautiful video.
I'm out.
Thank you, Plays in the Dirt. If you haven't checked out her channel, I suggest you guys go over there. She's got a lot of good videos. Like many of us sky watchers and truth seekers and truth seekers, ones that want to be transparency. Yeah, the spray lines were heavy here, guys, and I was outside when my father rang my doorbell at 1, and I went out there and I was talking to him. We were looking at my garden and all the pumpkins, and he's like, wow, your garden's doing so good, better than mine. And I'm like, that's good, but then we look up and we're like, whoa. I go, whoa, do you see that? I said, that looks like a serpent or a dragon, literally through the sun. I should have went in there and grabbed my phone to take the video, but I didn't. Okay, guys, the thing is that is not a cloud. We said that. I said that is not a cloud, and he agreed. My father is in mid-70s, and he agreed that is not a cloud, not at all. All right, so let's go back to some more videos because Mystic's tired, and if anybody wants to come up and chat, we can have a fun night. I'm just going to show a few things and cut it a short night to maybe stream longer another night because this mother is very tired. My littlest one is sleeping deep, so that's a good thing right now. Hopefully you don't wake up early like he does, depending on the frequencies. We'll see. But, Mystic needs to get a little sleep after an 8-hour stream last night. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. So this is a channel you should definitely check out if you want to know what's going on with Trump and the deep state right now. It's Inventor Lee Wheelbarger. I hope I'm saying his name right. I'm tripping on my words because I'm really tired, guys. Wheelbarger. And he's also got a backups channel called The Deep State. And his videos are very informative. I've showed one a few nights ago, so you might want to check him out. I'm learning a lot. That's why I want to get to bed early so I can go watch all his videos. That's what I'm going to be watching. I got to catch up because I believe that Trump's going to be announcing something very big probably this week. Through the grapevine of everything. That's the news. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm very doubtful that old Hillary's going to get locked up. Now, if she gets locked up, I'm having a Hillary party. I'll be hooting and hollering with my Hillary for prison shirt. You better believe it. Because we can talk about Libya and all her garbage. There's a long list of killing the Hillary and her little scumbag husband. So, okay, back to this. Back in the Great Depression, everybody, had to cut corners, do what they had to do to survive. This is Great Depression cooking. And I have a lot of dandelions in my yard. Okay. Oh, that was loud. Okay. What I want to say about that is the dandelions. Have you ever tried to juice dandelions or put the tops of dandelions in your eggs? Because it's really good. And it's really healthy for you. Now, this lady right here, she lived during the Great Depression. Here she's picking all the dandelions out of her yard, which I have a lot because my children love to spread the little seeds everywhere and blow them around. So I plucked them all out and they're back again, and that's fine. I leave them in patches because I know they're very healthy for you. And with a little olive oil, vinegar, and lemon, you can make a great dandelion salad. And she's in this video, this woman's showing you just how to prepare it. And I thought this was a great video. And I watched this because, times might get really tough with the food famine, the food shortage and the famine. So that's why I leave certain things in my yard, like dandelions, miner's lettuce, and things like that. Because, hey, folks, this is something that you don't have salad. This is salad. This is the best health. This is really healthy.
Sometimes you catch a break in nutrition. Once we had quail. It fell, somebody must have shot it, and it fell in our yard. So we didn't know who it belonged to. Nobody came for it. I said, what are we going to do with it? My dad says, it fell in my yard, it's my property. So my mother cooked it. It was very good. The ribs, that's third ribs, but you have to do a few more before you get it all clean. A lot of people don't eat this anymore, but I still do, and they're good for you. They're good tasting. What else can I say? Now they're cleaned. They're ready to make the salad. First, we're gonna have to take the salad. We already washed it, dried it, lemon juice. Now I put it in the olive oil. I have to put a little salt. I know I never put pepper in salad. Some people do, but I don't. Then you stir it. This is better to mix with your hands. That's just what I'm going to do now. Wash your hands, and you can use your hands to stir it. Mix it up well. That's it. It's all done. Ready to eat. That's the way I remember it as a child. It still tastes the same. It's good. Good for you. So try it.
I love that. Clara, she's awesome. You guys should check out this channel. Her channel's awesome, and there's just a lot of videos, and you can learn a lot. I've been watching a lot of old footage, the Great Depression, 20s. I love watching old footage of the lifestyle of different decades, and the struggles that our ancestors went through. So this is the Great Depression cooking channel. It's the Great Depression cooking. So check it out. She's very smart lady, and whoever helps her with her channel, they do a wonderful job. And I really love that, as I enjoy that. And so, I'm going to go get back into juicing at some point when my garden's a little more, when it's producing a lot this summer, because juicing is really healthy, especially carrots, celery, and dandelions, actually. It's really good for you, and it cleanses. It really cleanses the body. But dandelion salad is on my list for the next few days, and I'll take a little video and I'll tell you how it goes. All right, so anybody want to come up here and chat tonight? I will drop that link. I don't know. I don't see anybody in here tonight. Let me go put on my blue light blocking glasses. Guys, I'm not coming on camera. I've been cleaning for like hours and hours because I have 4 children. You're multitasking, see? Good for you, Sue. And thanks for joining me tonight. You were so awesome. You know what? Multitasking is what I need to be doing right now. If I could be mopping the floor and talking to you guys, I would. But then, it just doesn't work like that for me. So I have to come out here when my children are asleep and try to get it done before somebody wakes up with a nightmare, or I have the dogs or cats or something else that interrupt me. So on that note, so let's go back over here. I'm trying to keep my mind going because I'm lacking a lot of YouTube time today. So I need to really catch up on a lot of videos that I want to watch, but I haven't been able to. So when I get in bed tonight, I'm going to be watching that right here. Where is he? Inventor Lee Wheelbarger, and he's all in the deep state, and I'm really excited for some of these things to come out on the old deep state. So it's going to be pretty something. It's going to be really something. This is reading through history, and this is just a daily life in the 30s. Okay, and right now we know that the unemployment rate here in United States is really crazy right now. It's outrageous, and I forget if it's 30. It's really high. I don't want to quote any numbers, but I seen it the other day. I'm too tired to quote numbers. I just want to show this really quick because it's a good video, and we'll pause it a little. Hold on. Sorry guys, I'm trying just to get through the stream tonight. Lack of energy. I mean, really lack of sleep. I only had like 3 hours of sleep at that. This is an excellent channel.
Every family was different in the 1930s, but there were some things that many of them had in common. What was day-to-day life like in the 1930s? What did families do? A typical family during the Great Depression would have consisted of a father, mother, and several children. The average day would commence with the father of the family leaving for work. That is, of course, if he was lucky enough to still be employed. Shortly after he had left, the children would leave for school. Most children walked to school or rode the school bus. The mother of the family usually did laundry on Monday mornings. Some families had new, labor-saving washing machines, but washing clothes by hand was still common. The clothes were hung out to dry on a clothesline. Tuesday was ironing day. Some families had electric irons, but many women still used a heavy, black, flat iron that was heated on the stove.
I love those. I love antiques. That's just a beautiful piece to have. I actually have one. And it's beautiful. That's history.
The most common form of entertainment was the radio.
Okay, here's where the brainwashing first started. Here comes the propaganda, the frequencies in people's mind. Here comes the Matrix, right in the 30s. This is where it all began, folks, and that's why I wanted to put this, radio programs. And I made a video on this, War of the Worlds, Orson Welles. And if you go back on Mystic Skywatcher's channel, I did a long video on this, the program where the alien invasion, it scared the crap out of them.
Radio programs would entertain families throughout the day with various kinds of programming. During the day, soap operas would interest mothers while they worked in the home. After school, action and adventure programs for kids were common. In the evening, programs that the entire family might enjoy would take over the airwaves. If the family didn't want to listen to the radio, they might choose to play a board game, which were becoming popular in the 1930s. Sorry was released by Parker Brothers in 1934 and still remains popular today.
And I want to pause that and talk about that really quick. Okay, when your children are bored and if the grid were ever to go down, guys, you're going to have to parents are going to have to resort to board games and books and teaching and learning how to live like our ancestors did. That's why it's very important. I let my children see the images and how people used to live in all these decades, because it's very important, because a lot of people lose touch of the reality that we're living, the spoiled life that we're living in. And if you're grateful with what you have, then you know that it could always be worse, and it is worse for a lot of other people all around the world. There's people suffering every moment, and as long as you know that you have your main necessities met every day, you shouldn't be so depressed, because there are people literally starving. Their children are starving around the world. There are horrific things that I could show you that I've seen just in the last week that is happening around the world. In Africa, in India, you name it. It's been going on for quite some time, but because of what's going on, this pandemic, scamdemic, it's really hitting these other countries that have, less unfortunate necessities like we do here in the United States and, other places that are, flourishing. So I just want to say that you have to put yourself in perspective. And, the mindset, it's really important, guys. So let me finish this.
By far, the most successful board game was Monopoly. This game gave people the chance to buy and sell property with money they could only dream of having. On Saturday evening, it was common for a family to go shopping, if they had the money to do so. There were a variety of stores downtown, from shoe stores to clothing, sporting goods, and music shops. Most families didn't have a lot of money to spend at these stores. The average take-home pay was about $17 a week. Some made as little as $7 a week. Even doctors made only about $60 a week.
That's a lot for a doctor.
The prices of products reflected the economic conditions. A men's shirt cost about $1. A washing machine could be purchased for about $33. A winter coat might cost anywhere from $18 to $28. A milkshake cost 10 cents, and a bag of roasted peanuts could be purchased for a penny. Since many families had so little money, certain things that were once commonplace became luxuries. For example, going to the barber was no longer an option for many families. Haircuts at home became standard practice. Families also stopped going to the dentist for regular checkups, and doctor visits were saved for very serious conditions. Some women even started giving birth at home in an effort to save money. Unfortunately, not every family could afford to go shopping or purchase new clothes. Some families were forced to patch shoes with rubber from worn-out tires. Even families that had once been affluent began dressing their children in hand-me-downs. The Great Depression made life extremely difficult for many people. Unemployment rates reached unbelievable numbers, with as much as 25% of the population unable to find work. This meant that an estimated 13 to 15 million Americans did not have a job. Those looking for work were desperate. A business would advertise for 6 positions that needed to be filled, and more than 15,000 applicants would apply. Some of those who couldn't find work began riding the rails. Known as hobos, they illegally boarded boxcars on trains, hoping to find work in the next town. Those who were fortunate enough to keep their jobs saw their wages slashed by as much as 60%. A worker who had once made $1 an hour would be reduced to 40 cents and be happy to have it. All across the nation, fathers who had once held important positions in companies were now searching dumpsters for their family's next meal. Food was scarce for many. Cabbage soup became a common meal. Meat and vegetables could no longer be afforded. Some families even resorted to taking turns eating. Some members of the family would eat on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, while others would eat on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, with perhaps the entire family eating together on Sunday. In order to cut heating costs, families resigned to heating only one room of their house. They used many different heating sources, from wood to coal that they had found, or even corn cobs. In an effort to save money, many families shared homes. Some younger children were sent away to live with relatives in a different part of the country. In other cases, kids as young as 13 were told to leave home and go find work. Obviously, every family was different, and each had its own set of circumstances. However, each family did everything it could to make it through one of the most difficult times in American history.
So, what I have to say about that is, things are quite like that right now.
There's a simple passive income business that allows you to be free. Don't know about it. But let me tell you what.
Like I said, I'm not on my game tonight, and I just read your statement there, Zoo. I'm sorry, I'm making you dizzy multitasking. I know tonight I'm trying to go back and forth because I don't want to be on camera tonight because I'm tired. Mystic's tired. I've been cleaning, multitasking, trying to get out here to do this. What's up, Deaf Bread? In Maine, there's Somalian immigrants and have been given farms and funded by the states. It's insane. Oh my goodness. I bet you that came through when Obama was president. Makes me wonder, when did that happen? Yep, it doesn't surprise me one bit. And that's what I'm gonna say. That's what I'm trying to tell people. Is like a lot of people are having a hard time, and you got to remember that there's been really a lot tougher times than this. And every family's circumstances are different. I understand, but back then, there was so much different. So I know we've evolved. It's that's part of evolution. But still, the simplistics. Oh, that's sweet, Zoo. Thank you. The simplicity of life, is how you make it, or what you make of it. So, you know, the thing is just if the grid ever goes out, hey, you just heard them say, heat the room, heat one room, you know, you're going to have to do things that, you know, you're not used to doing. The message is important. It is. And I have another message of this. This is another one of 13 things mentally strong people don't do. And this was a great video also. And it kind of goes along with what I'm talking about right now. And it's really important because, you know, a lot of people are suffering and I really, it's a shame. It's really, I'm just shocked that this is really happening, but I'm not. I expected something to this effect to happen.
13 things mentally strong people don't do by Amy Moore.
Check out this
When
channel.
Amy was 23, she was with her mother at a basketball game, laughing and enjoying life. But 24 hours later, her mother suddenly died from a brain aneurysm. 3 years after her mother's death, her husband suddenly died of a heart attack. Amy was in a dark place, but she was a trained psychotherapist. So to stop herself from falling into a deep, dark depression and get back on her feet, she reminded herself of the 13 things that mentally strong people don't do. 13 things that prevent anyone from making progress in their life after a tragedy or setback. Of the 13 things that she wrote down, there were 3 destructive mental habits that, if you and I are aware of and correct, will allow us to avoid the remaining 10 things that mentally strong people don't do. First, mentally strong people don't feel the world owes them anything. If a man loses his business and thinks, I've worked so hard, I don't deserve this, or I'm a good person, this isn't fair, he's just inviting frustration and anger into his life. As children, when we worked hard and did the right thing, our parents and teachers made sure we got what we deserved. If things felt unfair, like our sister or brother received an extra gift at Christmas, our parents quickly corrected the injustice. But as adults, we unconsciously believe that a higher power should make life fair. If we work hard and we're good people, it's not fair that we encounter setbacks. Bad things shouldn't happen to us. But that's not how the world works. As Amy says, no matter whether you're the smartest person on the planet or you persevere through life's roughest circumstances, you don't become more deserving of good fortune than anyone else. Mentally strong people constantly remind themselves of this fact. When a mentally strong person catches themselves complaining about how unfair the world is, they remind themselves of people who have lived or are living harder lives and have received or are receiving less. They might think of people living in war-torn countries or children who are diagnosed with cancer. When mentally strong people compare themselves to people living harder lives, they stop focusing on what they are owed and instead focus on what they can offer other people. This might be helping a struggling coworker, or making a meal for a sick friend, or simply listening to a family member who's had a hard day. When we are busy doing good deeds for other people, we forget that the world owes us anything.
Exactly.
So the next time you start thinking about what you deserve, focus on how you can serve.
Such an important
The
message.
second thing mentally strong people don't do, they don't focus on things they can't control. If a mentally strong person loses her marketing job in an economic downturn, she doesn't dwell on it because she can't control the economy and she can't completely control her boss's decision to let go of her and keep some of her coworkers. Instead, she focuses on what she still has, her health, her family, and her marketing skills, and she chooses to see the event as an opportunity to spend more time building her marketing business, a dream she's had for years. But occasionally, life hits us so hard that it's difficult to be grateful or optimistic because the fear of what we can't control is overwhelming. This was the case for Heather Vaughn St. James. Heather was diagnosed with cancer when her daughter was just 3 months old. For a year, Heather went through surgeries, radiation, and chemotherapy, but after 12 months, she was cancer-free. However, she feared that the cancer would return and her daughter would grow up without a mother. Heather was terrified because she knew she couldn't completely control her situation and prevent the cancer from returning. In an effort to focus on what she could control and let go of what she couldn't, she took out a marker and wrote down her fears on a plate. Then she went outside, started a fire, and smashed that plate into the fire. This act helped her let go of what she couldn't control so that she could live each day to the fullest. Today, Heather hosts an annual cancer research fundraiser in which more than 80 of her friends and family members write their fears on plates and throw them into a giant fire. When you feel like your life is out of control, take out a piece of paper and draw a horizontal line through the middle. In the top section, write what I can't control. And in the bottom section, write what I can control. When populating your sheet with things you can and can't control about a situation, remember, you can't control what's happened. You can't fully control your thoughts and your emotions. You can't completely control other people, and you can't entirely control the future. In other words, you can't control what happens to you, but you can control how you respond.
Exactly.
Specifically, you can control what you focus on, what things mean, and how you behave.
How you process them.
After you populate your sheet with things you can and can't control, rip off the top section, the section of things you can't control, and then continue tearing the top section into tiny little pieces. Or go outside and light that top section on fire and watch your fears burn away as you let go of what you can't control. The third big thing mentally strong people don't do, they don't make the same mistake over and over. Mentally strong people don't metaphorically dust themselves off and get right back on their horse, Amy says. They pause to figure out why they fell off in the first place before getting back on. We don't want to be like the alcoholic who routinely turns back to his old ways to escape. We want to face our mistakes, our bad habits, before getting back on. Take a deep, hard look at them to see how we can stop making the same mistake in the future. But unfortunately, we don't have many role models for this. Many celebrities, politicians, and athletes do the opposite. They lie and blame others for their mistakes because they fear looking weak. But owning up to mistakes and correcting them is a sign of strength, and it's what mentally strong people force themselves to do. When we own our mistakes and study our mistakes, we become stronger, more resilient, and stop ourselves from sliding back into our old ways. To experience less resistance to owning and studying your mistakes, imagine you're helping someone else fix their mistake. See yourself in the third person and identify the factors that led to your last mistake, the thoughts, the behaviors, and any external factors. Then, like a clinical psychologist, give instructions by writing down an alternative action they can take the next time those thoughts, behaviors, and external factors show up. Now create ample motivation for yourself to correct the mistake in the future by writing down a list of reasons why you don't want to continue making the mistake. Amy Morin says, carry this list with you. When you're tempted to resort to your previous behavior pattern, read this list yourself. It can increase your motivation to resist repeating old patterns. For example, create a list of reasons why you should go for a walk after dinner. When you're tempted to watch TV instead of exercise, read the list and it may increase your motivation to move forward. So, if you want to avoid the 13 things that mentally strong people don't do, start by focusing on what you can offer other people, instead of focusing on what the world owes you. If you do that, you won't waste time feeling sorry for yourself. And since you'll be actively helping people to succeed, you'll stop resenting their success. And if you stop wasting energy on what you can't control, and instead focus on what you can, you'll automatically stop dwelling on the past, and you'll be less concerned what other people say about you, and less worried about pleasing other people.
And that, my friends, is something that, these 13 things, I have some things I need to work on. Stop wasting energy on things you can't control. Well, there's a lot that we can control and that we must take control of. So, our future is bright. So that is hard for me personally. Dwelling on the past. Well, I used to do that. That scratched off for me. Letting people's opinions dictate your life. That's not happening whatsoever. Stop worrying about pleasing everyone. Well, I definitely am not worrying about that. However, I have some of these things that I need to work on, and, writing them down and acknowledging them. I used to do that in my 20s, but like Deaf Bread just said, I've turned around my energy after this lockdown, what happened, to starting my garden and gardening. And I'm about to start going to parks in the mountains again. very soon in the next week. Hopefully I have my vehicle back, my Suburban, so I can start doing what I used to do is, getting out in Mother Nature, enjoying Mother Nature, and getting away from the hive mind. You have to get away from the hive mind and circling yourself always with people and influences that you want to be influenced by, and that means staying away from the negative energies or the vampires. The vampire suckers, the ones that suck energy from you because it's not in the negativity. But I do love to help people, and I try to do a lot and help people as much as I can. And that is something that's pretty much, I believe that if it's not in you, if you don't have that in you, then it's something that I guess you need to teach yourself. But most people, it's in our souls to be loving and caring people. So these are just things that, I'm trying to show, like, hey, the grass is always greener somewhere else, but, it's all in your perspective and how you take, like I said in my video the other day, how the arrows come at you and how you process them, and these are the 13 things that we could stop doing. And, it's just an important message for life because we don't know what's coming next, guys. We don't know.
You can't fully control what other people say or do. And if you commit to not making the same mistakes over and over again, by not being afraid of making mistakes, and vow to constantly improve, you'll automatically stop shying away from change, stop fearing taking calculated risks, stop expecting immediate results, stop giving up after the first failure, and stop fearing alone time, because alone time is a great time to reflect and improve.
Those are very
If you
important.
add those all up, you'll get the 13 things that mentally strong people don't do. If you can avoid these 13 destructive mental habits when a tragedy or a setback occurs, you'll find it much easier to get back on your feet and continue living your life to the fullest.
Oh,
That was the core message that I gathered from 13 Things Mentally Strong People Don't Do by Amy Moore.
that's
I found this book to
excellent.
be essential reading during these trying times. I highly recommend picking up this book.
Very important message there. I want to go back because I'm having a hard time with my little screen here. Okay, so stop making the same mistakes over and over. Oh boy. Well, I can tell you that has happened to me many times in relationships where the same type of personalities. So I've tried to change that in my lifetime. That's something that has been a struggle for me my whole life of my dating life. So I'm married now, but still a struggle because you make the same mistakes of things in a relationship. Maybe that's for me personally. Just being too acceptive. Being too I don't know. Maybe naive. I don't know. Something to that sort. I don't know. And putting my foot down more and being more firm is very important. And I've learned that. And I have a lot of patience, which patience is a virtue, but sometimes it can stab you in the back. And it has for me so many times. All right. But I still have a lot of patience. And I believe that is a gift. And when you have a lot of patience, it goes a long way. Stop shying away from change. This is a hard one for a lot of people because nobody wants to leave their nest. But change is good because, it can open the door, it can close the door, and doors open. So, our world's always changing. The earth is always, people change. Our lives change. That's just reality. Stop fearing calculated risk. I'm not big on that one. I'm not big on calculated risk. Okay. So stop expecting immediate results. This is very true. And people all the time expect things just to happen right away. And this is the false predictive programming that they feed our children, instant, immediate results. So that is a very important one, number 11. And stop giving up after the first failure. And that I had to teach myself many times, especially on the screw tube. How many times have I been wanting to give up my channel? I've almost erased my channel a couple times in the last couple weeks, like just getting rid of my videos and putting it all and just staying off. But I remember that, they win and they can't win. And that means that all this was for nothing and they're shutting me up. It's like, why should my thoughts, my feelings, and my research or my reality be erased? That's what they want me to do. And so I didn't do it. So that's why I'm still here. I didn't give up after the first failure because I've been failing on this platform. I haven't, but, being attacked as a truther and all of us speaking anything to do with reality of our true nature of our reality is going to get you on the target list from Google. So it's just a rough deal. And then the last one is stop fearing alone time, reflection time. That is very important. And I don't fear it. It's just, you have to make time for yourself. It is very important, like meditating, taking a bath, exercising, whatever makes you happy. Painting. I mean, everybody has their things that, they like to do and they, we just don't find time for, or we just rather sit in front of the old television and watch whatever, so it's important. And this wasn't my video. This is from Productivity Game. Okay, I can't speak tonight because I'm so tired. I had 3 hours of sleep after an awesome stream last night with Karma Ghost and Leslie High. So, this is what it is. All right, guys. So on that note, there was something that I wanted to show you that kind of went with that. There's Great Depression survival tips, and the same lady here, Clara, the Great Depression cooking channel. Another great video you should watch if you're interested in it. These DARPA robots is outrageous, and I have to watch this whole video because I don't know what he's talking about, planned blackouts. But I believe that there's going to be a blackout, guys, and I would definitely, I've been preparing for quite some time for that to happen. And my father is even helping me out lately with a lot of Coleman cooking gear and the lanterns to have for last backup, because quite frankly I wouldn't use any of my good stuff right away. I'd suffer and not try to go like they lived back in the day and use my good stuff when needed, only when it's when we had to use it, because gas is going to run out and you can only stockpile so much. And what else? I don't know. It's going to be essential to have a lot of things in case the power goes out. Yeah, those stoves. I have 2 large stoves my father gave me. He went and bought off of Craigslist. He got a good deal too, and he brought me 2 lanterns and a bunch of gas. And the Coleman gas at Walmart was, I don't know about right now, but a month ago. And whenever these storms roll through and tornadoes, they sell out quickly. So that's something that's not, there's only very little on the shelves at Walmart if you're lucky. That's something you might want to stock up on if you have this Coleman lanterns or stoves. That's a good, I'm glad you know that, Deborah, because those go a long way camping. 2 years ago, I was camping at this time in East Tennessee, near Douglas Lake, or on Douglas Lake, actually. And we used all the Coleman grills, stoves and the lanterns and everything. And it, helps. I love it. And it's too cold right now to go camping because it was a lot warmer a few years ago this time, but it would be really cold up there right now. But I miss camping, and I camp a lot. 4th of July, we usually camp multiple times a year, but not nearly enough. I've been camping since I was a child, and on Port Huron, Michigan. That's where we used to camp with my family in teepees. So things were a little different back then, and not much has changed in the camping world, So, so camping, what else? Let me go back to some of my vids that I had saved here maybe to talk about. So how are you guys doing tonight? Everybody good? Everybody staying calm despite the police state? Yeah. After I watched some of these videos, it's really sickening. This is really sickening now. Are they trying to stir the pot? I'm not sure. You would wonder, are they going to just try to take out all the police officers and turn into RoboCops? Because, oh boy, it can get really ugly no matter what. It's just, it's really unfortunate what's going on. That's why I want to know what's going on with the deep state. That's why I got to get, when I get off of here in a few minutes, most likely I'm going to go watch that. I showed you what his name? Wheelberger, because this channel right here, he's got a lot of important information. He's an inventor of a lot of this wicked stuff that our old governments use against us. Okay, so he's very informative and he knows what he's talking about. So that's why I got to go educate myself on what's going on, because I believe Trump's going to be coming up with something very soon on all the scumbags that they've been going after. Oh boy. Oh, this is bizarre. Have you ever seen what this things happened on the set of The Wizard of Oz? Okay. No, this is again, ScrewTube, Fair Use Act. And this is an excellent channel. I've been watching so many videos to get away from the hive mind of all the garbage that's going on in our societies. And when I seen this, I was like, wow, they used some horrific things. They used aluminum powder on the Tin Man. Oh no. He used aluminum powder on the Tin Man, which later on he got cancer and died. They also used what else? Not formaldehyde. Well, here, let's just watch it.
Wizards, and using the death of a dog as leverage against a young farm girl. The Wizard of Oz is a classic, and one that doesn't get any less nightmarish with age. Since the movie was filmed way before concepts like workplace safety and sobriety were invented, a lot of strange things went on during filming. People got hurt. Movie history was made. Worth it? Maybe. Let's see. One small voice. One of the tough things about The Wizard of Oz is separating fact from fiction, especially when it comes to long-standing rumors about the film's massive mob of munchkins. According to the munchkins themselves, there was no drunken carousing, no orgies, and no need for them to be picked up with butterfly nets for shooting the next morning. In fact, the stories make them sad, so cut it out. The core group of munchkins was made up of a troupe of European vaudeville actors called the Singer Midgets, but Munchkin Mickey Carroll was born in St. Louis. That meant that he had something big going for him. He could speak English. When it came time for filming, they needed people who could deliver what would become some pretty iconic lines. Carroll performed these lines along with Munchkin coroner Meinhard Robbie. It was Carroll who provided voices for the Lollipop Guild, and even said the iconic "Follow the Yellow Brick Road." By the end of filming, he'd spent 3 weeks doing voiceover work, including Auntie Anne's panicked shouts when the tornado hits, when she couldn't yell loud enough. Carroll was one of the last surviving Munchkins, dying in 2009 at 89 years old. We hope he found his own happiness at the end of the rainbow. The Wizard of Booze. Actor Frank Morgan played 5 different roles in Oz. Professor Marvel, the crying gatekeeper, the driver behind the horse of a different color, the Wizard's guard, and the Wizard of Oz himself. But it wasn't just acting chops that got him through such an arduous schedule. The first day Morgan showed up on set, he had a briefcase. But carrying things like papers and scripts was for amateurs. His briefcase had a mini bar in it. Ray Bolger, who played the Scarecrow, said, no matter how many times he retreated to the black briefcase, he was never less than a gentleman. Although, when he tried to stop drinking, he was often short-tempered and irritable. According to his wardrobe man, Morgan's drink of choice was champagne, and there was at least one incident where director Victor Fleming confronted Morgan and told him to drink more so he was tolerable on set. Ah, the good old days.
And you know what, guys? He always struck me as a drunk throughout that whole movie. And this is my favorite movie of all time. I actually have a bunch of autographs from the old Munchkins. And anyways, maybe I'll break out my autograph collection. I have quite an autograph collection. I used to do that back in the day. But anyways, autograph collecting. This is where it gets strange. This suit is actually made out of lions. And I had no idea. And then the price that somebody bought it and then turned around and sold it, I was floored. And the other thing is, what is that? You'll see in a minute. My brain is not working, guys. I'm so tired. I got 3 hours of sleep. I'm probably going to wrap it up after this. Talk to you for a minute.
King of the Forest. If you always thought that the Cowardly Lion's costume looked incredibly realistic, that's because, well, it was made from real lions. The idea had been to make a couple of costumes so actor Burt Lahr would be able to swap them out during filming, but the unique patterns of the real lion hides made that impossible since every costume would look different. Lahr ended up with one single costume that weighed about 60 pounds, which quickly filled with sweat under the hot studio lights. It became such a problem that the filmmakers needed to make a special purchase, an industrial drying bin to help get the costume a little less wet for the next day, not included, Febreze. At least stunt doubles and stand-ins got to share a different sticky costume, which was close enough to the original to stand in during faraway shots. After filming, the costume was largely forgotten until it was rediscovered for a 1970 auction, where it sold for $2,400. It was later restored and went on to sell for $3.1 million, sweat included. Wardrobe malfunctions.
Here it
Jack
is.
Haley made the Tin Man everything we all know and love, but a weird series of events put him there. The original cast list featured Buddy Ebsen as the Scarecrow and Ray Bolger as the Tin Man, but that's obviously not how things turned out. The story goes that Bolger wanted to be the Scarecrow since he was a dancer and didn't want to be trapped inside a tin suit. He went to MGM honcho Mervyn LeRoy and said he'd been cast in the wrong role. They allowed Ebsen and Bolger to swap roles, and some of the movie was even filmed before Ebsen was sent to the hospital with a major allergic reaction to the aluminum dust that he was painted with. According to Ebsen, no one believed he was sick, and he was ordered back to the set. That is until, thankfully, medical personnel got involved. Ebsen would go on to complain of breathing problems for the rest of his life, and he didn't even get to be in the movie. Jack Haley was hired, and the studio switched to using aluminum paste rather than dust. And that.
Do you hear that? That's where I was just floored. Okay, you heard that. Breathing problems for the rest of his life, right? Oh, that's why at the beginning of my channel I showed you Mike Morales, because the plane farts, guys, the old chemtrails. I said it. Now the only time I'm going to say it, because then the old Google is not going to put my video up there. They put this in the old trails from planes and drones, and this is what we're breathing. He had breathing problems. Look at this. And they put paste on him. I could not believe that. Were they that dumb back then? That is insanity, the things that they'll do to money, the things they do to people in Hollywood just for $1. And, you know, this, they knew. Who didn't know that it was very toxic? I mean, he had a severe eye infection. I mean, come on. This is exactly why so many people are so sick right now. They're wearing a mask for some pandemic. Well, the mask, like I said, when it's heavy spray action up in the air, that's when you should be wearing your mask. And Deaf Bread, I would have loved to see that that mall. They have a mall in Massachusetts based off of Wizard of Oz called the Emerald Mall. Wow. Is it in Massachusetts? Yeah. Oh, wow. And you were there when it opened, murals on the walls too. That's amazing. Aluminum paste. Yes. Aluminum paste. Can you believe that? Aluminum paste. Yep. Poor man. Poor man. That's something. The Emerald Squared Mall. Wow. Yeah, there's a lot of Frank Baum here. That's the writer. It's a lot to be said about this movie. Just remember, follow the money.
Quickly gave Haley a severe eye infection, so filming was delayed again. Burn the Witch.
This is
Margaret
something.
Hamilton, who played the Wicked Witch, was the type to suffer for her craft. And while there were a whole bunch of accidents during filming that with today's stars calling their lawyers, her on-set mishap ranks right at the top. The first take of The Witch leaving Munchkinland went perfectly, but director Victor Fleming wanted another take just in case. During take 2, Hamilton's hat and coat caught on fire, burning layers of skin off her face and hands. That's pretty bad, right? Well, it gets worse. The only way to get the green paint off of her burned skin was with alcohol. She left the set for 6 weeks and returned before she had completely healed. Since they couldn't reapply the green paint, she wore gloves for the rest of the filming. Not surprisingly, she had lost a bit of faith in the special effects department and refused to do any more fire-related scenes. They still had that famous skywriting sequence to film, and that required an actress who was willing to sit on a prop broomstick that spewed smoke. Long story short, it was a pipe, it was filled with fire, and it exploded. Hamilton's stunt double Betty Danko was hospitalized for 11 days. Presumably, she never worked with fire again either. There was a huge amount of asbestos on set. It's obvious that...
You hear this? That's what I said, guys. It gets worse. This is what I was trying to think of, asbestos. Okay, but let's go back to The Witch. Can you believe that? They put that woman through so much pain with pouring alcohol after she was burned. I can't believe that. I mean, I was just floored. I never knew this about the old Wizard of Oz, I swear. This is something, the old asbestos. And this was all through the movie.
that back in the good old days, when doctors prescribed cocaine and cigarettes to cure whatever ails you, we didn't always know what we were doing when it came to science and human bodies, which is why pure uncut asbestos was used in just about everything, including the scene in The Wizard of Oz where Dorothy's gang falls asleep in the field and snow begins to fall. Obviously, that's not snow that's falling on them, but the choice of asbestos was perhaps short-sighted. The film stars were all covered with asbestos fibers, and at the time, it wasn't that odd. Asbestos was often used to simulate fake snow, even in department stores. Do you know what else contained asbestos? Everything that needed to be fireproof, including the Wicked Witch's broom.
Oh, I have to stop that. Do you know what else contains asbestos? The Twin Towers. You can ask, Silverstein. I don't know why that did that. You can ask old Silverstein. Because, Larry Silverstein, the insurer of the old Twin Towers, that's why one of the reasons they had to go down, because of the old asbestos. Gosh, I can't talk tonight. Huh!
Part of the Scarecrow's costume. That's right. Ray Bolger was dancing around in asbestos, underflowing asbestos, not even knowing he was giving cancer the big old middle finger, until his death from cancer in 1987.
So sad.
The $80,000 jitterbug. By the end of filming, MGM decided that The Wizard of Oz was about 20 minutes too long. The first thing that got the axe was a scene that had taken an entire 5 weeks to film and cost the mind-blowing $80,000, or $1.4 million in today's money. The premise was pretty simple. The Wicked Witch sends a swarm of bugs, which were known for giving their victims the jitters, to distract Dorothy's group while her henchmen swooped in. But really, it played like an excuse to do a contemporary dance number in the middle of the haunted forest, which was still a lot nicer than the Wicked Witch from L. Frank Baum's novels, who sent out killer bees to sting the party to death instead. There was more to the whole jitterbug plot.
You heard that, right? Let's just go back did you hear that they were sending off killer bees, right? I mean, that is something. To me, that's what's going on with the murder hornets. It's really propaganda. It's such propaganda, folks. Just remember that. And it's true. It's true.
But with bits and pieces of the story falling off the original script, only one portion of it remained in the final film. Too bad it made no sense without the whole dancing scene.
They'll give you no trouble, I promise you that. There's a little insect on ahead to take the fight out.
The whole out of place reference to a modern dance fad was way too odd to keep, and that's saying something for a movie that starred a robot and a living bunch of hay. Thanks for watching. Click the grunge icon to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Plus, check out all this cool stuff we know you'll love too.
Excellent channel, guys. This is an excellent channel. They have
Plus, check out all this cool stuff we know.
Sorry, this is a good channel. I love watching a lot of their videos, and I've been on their channel quite a bit. There's so much interesting things I've never learned in my 42 years. So, guys, Mystic's tired tonight. I appreciate all you guys hanging out with me tonight. Deaf Bread, I haven't seen you in a while, so I'm glad that you showed up. Sixth Child, you're awesome. She said she hasn't found her life hasn't changed much, and she's getting promoted twice, and she's making more money than she thought she would. So Mystic can't read very well tonight, apparently, either. Guys, I had a little too many beers last night, apparently. 1 an hour, and I streamed for 8 hours. But I was good when I woke up, but I only had 3 hours of sleep, so I'm spent. So I'm not on my game. So on that note, I appreciate everybody coming, hanging out. I'm going to go enjoy my Mother's Day tomorrow in my garden. And what else? You've been watching streams? Excellent. I've been watching streams. Why would I die on us? No, never, never. I'm too strong for that. And no, I'm not going to give up on my YouTube channel. It just is frustrating at times, guys. It's very frustrating. So I keep going. And this is what I'm probably going to do before I go to bed. This is what I've been doing, the OM chant. I've been doing this, and I used to do it in a lot of my streams when I first started my channel, Mystic Skywatcher. And this is one that I love. I just like this ohm sound. I think it's it's 432 hertz. I listen to 528 too. This depends what you want to do to your mood, you know. But this is how I'm going to end my stream with a little ohm tonight, chanting. Raising your frequency, raising your vibrational frequency, guys. Hold on, I gotta talk to you, Deaf Bread. What are you talking about? You mentioned on stream how if when you die you'd leave something for kids or something. I was like, no, I never mentioned that. I don't know what you're talking about, Deaf Bride. No, I would no. I said my antiques. I have lots of antiques. So when I don't like to sell my antiques. I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but I have lots of antiques and lots of antique items, history, and I don't like to get rid of history. So I said, when I die one day, my children will have all these antiques. That's something to that effect. No, I'm not a person like that. I hope to live to, like I always said when I was little, I want to live to 99. So that I don't know what you're talking about. Now, I don't know, because that's not remotely in my future. Not that I know of, unless, Planet X comes and screws up the Earth and we have no choice. I have no clue. But I plan on living till 99 at least. I love to live longer, but, we'll see. We'll see how life treats me, how it has been treating me. So, just got to be about balance. I spend the whole day in the garden. Hope you have a happy Mother's Day. Oh, happy Mother's Day to you, sixth child. That is excellent. Grounding and earthing is what I love to do. I like to be out in Mother Nature. So it's 6:56 a.m. in Bonnie, Scotland. And Zoo wakes up and he gets on here and watches us. And I think that's awesome. What a day to wake up. What another way to wake up and listen to like minds, right? Mother's Day for the win. Yeah, excellent. Yeah, I'll have a good Mother's Day because I have my beautiful children that are always around me, and I'm so blessed to have them in my life. And I'm just, very protective, and I want the best for them and all children and humanity, old, the middle-aged, and the young and the unborn. So that's why I'm passionate, and I try to get on here and show truth on both channels as much as I can to my knowledge, and I maybe don't go in detail because I figure people already have done their homework, and sometimes a lot of people don't need it, and that's just the way it is. So I'm going to go have a good Mother's Day. I'm going to spend a lot of time in the sun, in the garden, and with my little loves. So thank you guys. And, if you have a little time, maybe you want to go do something for some elderly mothers that are around that might not have family. So you might want to think about that. Just brighten somebody's day. Say hello. Just, open yourself up to them. So, guys, I'm going to get off here and go watch some of the deep state stuff and go rest. I need some sleep. And on that, I'm going to leave you off with the Om. Okay? Love you all. And I will talk to you guys soon. Have a good one, sixth child, and all you enjoy your time with your mothers. They do a lot for everyone, mothers and fathers. So much love and light. Take care.